In this video, we'll be looking at the SHE procedures, which is safety, health, and environment. In the last video, I told that in the recent times, especially in the last decade, we are not just focusing on safety, but we are also focusing on other things. These other things are basically health and environment of the project site. So here we are looking at safety of the workers and engineers, health of the workers and engineers, and what environment or what effect is the project giving out for the environment of the entire area. When we talk about environment, we are talking about air quality index, the pH of the water, because that itself will tell you the quality of the water, whether it's acidic or basic, filtration of water, recyclation of water. So all these things come together in terms of the SHE procedures. It is a set that studies and implements the practical aspects of protecting the environment. And more than anything, it is about maintaining health and safety of all the people at the project site. So in this video, we'll be looking at that in detail. So what is the scope of SHE or SHE? So basically, manuals will be prepared by the safety officers, which is called a SHE manual or EHS manual. So SHE manuals will be prepared, and these documents or manuals will define the requirements of the employers on safety. So what does the client want in terms of safety? If they want something extra out of the standards, you can do it. And what are the standards? It is called as OSHA. So we have a standard called as OSHA, OSHA. So these OSHA standards are the benchmark throughout the world in terms of safety, in terms of health, and in terms of environment. So SHE manual will be on regards on standards with the OSHA, but apart from that, customized to the project based on the requirements of the client. So the site engineer again will not be directly involved in the preparation of SHE manual, but they need to understand and read the SHE manual once at least. So if you're in a project which has a SHE manual, kindly talk to your safety engineers and get a copy of the SHE manual for your project, which will give you basic idea of what to do and what not to do, what safety measures have to be taken, what not to be taken, and how much to be taken. So these kind of SHE manuals will be associated with each contractor and subcontractor or any other consulting or agency which is working in that construction projects. That is the scope of the SHE manuals. Then comes the targets. So what are the targets, goals, and aim of the works that needs to be achieved? The first thing is total recordable injuries should be zero. When we talk about recordable injuries, that means any cuts, blood, any breaking of bones, all these kind of injuries. So any recordable injuries, it has to be zero in sight, and that should be the target. Zero reportable environmental incidents. Reportable environmental incidents means pollution of water, pollution of air beyond the limits, and even noise pollution beyond certain decibels. So these are environmental incidents as well. Then we have 100% incident recording and reporting. If there is some incident, site engineers should be able to report it to safety officers, and that should be mandatory and 100%. The reason being, in construction, especially in India, there have been multiple instances where site engineer has not reported because they have thought, you know what, I'll cover it up. I won't tell about anything. And they will pay the labor also 2,000, 3,000 rupees to shut their mouth. But later, 10 days, 12 days later, or a month later, that labor goes out and says that I got injured, my engineer tried to pay me, and they want more money. So if you enter into this trap, you keep on giving off money to settle these kind of problems. It is important to get into reporting and recording of what was the injury and what was the incident that happened at the initial stage itself. Right after the incident, it should be reported and recorded so that the company throughout all the hierarchy will be informed about such incident and all will be in the same line. If not reported, then site engineer might be the scapegoat of this problem. The project manager will directly say, you know what, I didn't know this. Site engineer tried to cover it up, so it's site engineer's problem. And they might fire you or they might blacklist you or any of that sort. So important for us to report and record it as well. Next, it is about 100% adherence to use the appropriate PPEs. Now, that is something that we have already seen during the COVID stages, at least, the importance of PPE. Similarly, 100% adherence has to be given in terms of using the PPE at site. Next, we look at compliance for conducting inspections and audits. So in SHE plan, there is always a frequency of auditing that needs to be done to check the records, the reports, the formats, the incident that has happened, how has it been solved, the tests that need to be gone through for each labor, the health card that is provided, the general checkups, medical checkups that needs to be provided. All these compliance will be checked, and that needs to be in total compliance with the SHE plan. Next, it is about approving those contractors who are sending engineers who know about the SHE plan. So if I'm taking a subcontractor, as a contractor, if I'm taking a subcontractor, we need to share the SHE plan with them because they are also entering the site and executing the work. So all the personnel or all the people or professionals from the subcontracting team should also be aware of the SHE plans and the PPs and the procedures. The last one will be in terms of executing construction with least disturbance to the neighbors and adjoining parties. So make sure that the noise, the transit, and any of those wastes that needs to be put up is not a hindrance or affecting the neighboring society, because even if that instigates an incident or an accident, that also will be the responsibility of the client or the contractor. Hence, it is very important for us to understand the procedures at site as well. All right. So this is a very simple way of looking at site management. So this will be the end of site management bootcamp, and all the documents required, more than 1,000 documents which are included in the site management, shall be provided to you once you complete the entire course. So right after this, we'll be having a check, and all those who have completed all the videos, they will be sent the 1,000 documents as well. And apart from that, there will also be one of the assessments that will be provided. So an assessment will be provided within a week of your completion of this course or this boot camp. And once you take up the assessment, and this assessment will be based on the videos that you have watched in this course. All right. So based on that, the assessment, if you pass, you will be getting the verified certificate. So thank you for listening to the entire videos, and thank you for your support. In any case of doubts, you can leave a comment below the videos, and within 24 hours, we'll be solving all those comments as well. So thank you very much.